Hi, I'm Olivia Morales, and I will be discussing the relationship between the consumption of coffee and college students. After presenting my speech, my audience will be more informed over the relationship between caffeine and college students. The consumption of caffeine can have a positive effect on college students as well as a negative approach to their health. According to recent studies, caffeine consumption by college students is beginning to highly reach the FDA-approved daily threshold. The relationship between the consumption of caffeine and college students holds several positive results on the students as well as causing negative effects on their health. According to Maisha Khalil, many students are unaware of the many products that contain caffeine content and the importance to bring awareness to inform students that the products and the various effects it has on them. It is no surprise that an intake of caffeine is reaching its max with university students. It is a major part of students' everyday life. Every day, there are students that wake up and consume caffeine to get through their day, whether it be to get in a good study, focus in class, or to get through their exams. There are various reasons for students' intake that is important to look into how it affects them. Today, we will discuss its negative and positive effects. So, what are these negative effects on the relationship between the consumption of caffeine and college students? Well, caffeine can affect one's lack of sleep by consuming too much. For instance, according to Wang's review article, Determinants of Sleep Quality in College Students, it discussed that high intake of energy drinks and caffeine predicts poor sleep quality. It continues to say that caffeine intake correlates with symptoms such as insomnia and sleep disturbances. To add on, in another study from the effects of amount of caffeine levels on the test scores of college students mentions that the negative impact of caffeine with student sleep. LePauc says that caffeine promotes irregular sleep patterns. Consuming caffeine before bed can inhibit one's ability to fall asleep and diminishing the quality of sleep that they get. University students disturb their own sleeping by consuming caffeine, which poorly affects their health. According to a case report on energy drink consumption, Fernandez claims that the higher doses of caffeine, such as 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams per day, can result to caffeine intoxication and dependence of caffeine. Caffeine intoxication includes headaches, tiredness, elevated blood pressures, and sleep disorders. If you are not aware of your caffeine intake, it could lead to dependence, which consists of possible side effects with horrible withdrawal symptoms. The college students may continue to experience the side effects of caffeine. As LePauc mentioned, other students still experience feelings of nervousness, shaking, and feeling flushed. These are just a few side effects some students may feel even after taking moderate caffeine. After discussing the negative impact of caffeine intake on college students, there are also pros to drinking caffeine for university students. What are these positive effects of the relationship between college students and coffee consumption? Well, there are several points to discuss over the good things. According to the article, students' use of caffeine, alcohol, dietary supplements, and illegal substances for improving academic performance, the authors came up with the claim that most of their respondents consider caffeine to be safe and acceptable for student improving academic performances. In LePauc's research, it is stated that caffeine positively affects one's mood, enhances alertness, and their learning ability. It was also stated that 80% of college students are immune to the possible effects when consuming caffeine. That is a large number of students who are unaffected by the effects of caffeine. LePauc also acknowledges another study that discusses the benefits of caffeine. It is published by a group from the University of Ohio, stating that caffeine improves memory, concentration, and cognitive performance. This helps college students with being more successful in school. The caffeine stimulant reacts with the central nervous system and giving an energy boost and elevated mood. It is performing a different response than it normally would. This explains why it would be helpful towards students during studies. To sum it all up, we've learned different about the different effects of caffeine on college students. While caffeine can be beneficial to college studies, it can also lead to health risks. This is important to know because many students consume caffeine every single day. Additionally, it is good to weigh out the pros and the cons of something to decide what is best for us. With proper research, we can help each other understand what is best for our health. Thank you.